welcome to my God. At sa habang panahon.
Just one more time. All the first to say that I'm not perfect.
Wala wang Stacy!
Calm down, baby.
Gila ko na.
Like a river, like a river, like a river. I know you'll never make me
Okay, hari ini kita buat reaction video di mana kawan-kawan request kita tengok vlog ini dari dia orang putih tapi dia buat
yang
vlognya.
Gitu.
Kita tengok macam mana pengalaman dia, mana yang boleh buat dan yang tidak boleh buat di Bandar Bali. Okay, let's go into the video.
Bali, Indonesia is a true traveler's paradise. So many people come here and there are hundreds and thousands of vlogs about what you should do in Bali, but I'm here to tell you what you shouldn't do in Bali, Indonesia.
Okay, vlogs and vlogs. Dia bunyi sama saja, tapi itu berlainan. Kalau yang V itu dia vlog yang main tulis kita baca saja. Ya, jadi kalau yang V, yang V gitu. dia
Video.
vlog juga tapi berbentuk video. Ya.
Ay, gitu. Iya.
Cinematic.
Oo.
Bali.
If you know what not to do in Bali, Indonesia, this will make your life so much more easier. When I just arrived here 9 months ago, I made so much mistakes and I'm here to prevent you from making the same mistakes. So we're gonna
Tapi memang begitu, kalau kita datang di satu tempat, kadang-kadang kita buat mistake. Saya pun banyak buat mistake sini di Sabah.
dive in and let's start with number 1.
Don't do drugs.
Number 1 is don't do drugs. This is
Sama saja semua negeri, don't do
Don't
drugs.
do drugs.
Memang kapanagantung.
Don't do drugs.
probably one of the most important ones because the Indonesian authorities take the use of drugs very, very seriously, as it should. But if you are caught in drugs possession, you will face the full force of the law. If you were to be convicted of trafficking drugs, then you might not just be looking at a prison sentence, you could also be looking at a death penalty. So just don't do it, stay away from drugs, and you will be fine.
No.
Don't step on
And number 3 is do not step on kalangsari. These are little
Apa ka nang sari?
Ito na to.
Tempat sembayang to.
offerings that local people bring to their gods. When stepping out, you will find these little packages of woven palm leaf, flowers, and herbs everywhere, even on the sidewalks and stairs. Stepping on one can be very offensive to a Balinese who witness your misstep. So just make sure you watch your steps and drive around it or walk around it so you don't step on it. Then number 3 is do not drive a bike if you're not good at it. The traffic in Bali is absolutely crazy. There are scooters, bicycles everywhere. It's super crowded.
Tapi saya tengok traffic di Bali sama Manila hampir sama saja, yang bumper to bumper. Yang melakat sudah. Jadi kalau kau tidak expert memandu, jangan memandu di Manila. Sama juga mungkin di Bali.
Di Bali.
They have their own rules here in Bali, and if you are not an experienced driver, don't do it. Take lessons before you do it, but don't step on a bike if you don't have any experience. It's simply too dangerous and you will get in a car or bike accident. Number 4 is do not get mad when people honk at you. This is what happened to me in my first weeks here in Bali. I was super confused why people were honking at me the entire
Ito po lucu, kalau di sini Malaysia, kau hon orang-orang marah. Tapi kalau di Manila, jadi macam di Bali lah kali. Kalau di Manila, kau hon orang, dia tidak marah, dia senyum. Oh, kami macam, hello, gitu. Ataupun kalau kau di TV dia, kau hon 2 kali, titit, begitu. Dia kau bilang, oh kawan, saya sini di sini kau, saya mau limpas, begitu. Itu signal tidak berapa guna. Dia guna hon, jadi kalau di sana, biasalah kau dengar jalan raya itu bisiknya. Tapi di sini di Malaysia kalau kau tekan hon, tit begitu, orang keluar sudah lo tangan dia, middle finger kau dapat.
entire time. This simply means here like, hey, I'm coming, or be careful, I'm coming on your left, I'm coming on your right. It's a really kind gesture to do here. They're just saying that they're coming around you, or they use it whenever they want to pass someone, or if you are unsure if the people have seen you. It's just easy to honk at them. So it doesn't mean that they're angry at you or you did something wrong. It's just a simple, hey buddy, here I am.
Monkey o kami
Five
din
is do
naman.
not piss off the monkeys. I've been in Ubud and Uluwatu, and I've seen so many people piss off the monkeys, and they got bite from a monkey, which is super dangerous because you will get rabies, and that's simply something you do not want to get. So stay in your own lane, don't provoke them. Also make sure you have your plastic water bottles in your bag because they love to grab it and bite it. That's how they attack you. So just be careful because rabies is something you don't want to get. Number 6 is do not contribute to the litter problem. There is so much trash here in Bali, and it's still a small island. They haven't figured out completely what to do with the trash, and as you can see, there is lots of trash on the beach, and just be very aware of the trash problem that's going on in Bali. So always put your trash into the trash bin, and just simply don't throw it on the streets or into nature, because that's the worst thing you can do. Number 7 is something that I see happening all the time, and number 7 is don't be disrespectful. The Balinese people are very sweet and helpful. Unfortunately, this kindness is often mistaken for weakness, which make tourists think that they're better than the local people and they treat the local people awful. So make sure we don't do this. They are so kind and so sweet, and you have to be the same. Number 8 is don't barter too much. I know it can be very tempting to lower your price more and more and more. You have to keep in mind that the person you're bargaining with, it's their income. They have to feed their families with that money. They have to feed themselves. They have to pay the rent. So don't overdo it. I know it's
Why
very
people do
tempting.
that?
Tapi kalau di Manila pula kalau orang Pilipino ini dia suka tawar menawar. Dia satu kali minta diskon dia macam tidak puas hati.
Macam sama aja macam orang
Dia,
Korea.
dia macam kalau kau bagi diskon yang,
Macam pernah,
yang kedua kali, biarpun 10 sen kau diskon, rasa kami macam sedap. Baiknya dia orang begitu. Oh di sana kalau kau balik-balik menawar, dia orang macam marah begitu. Jadi kalau kau mau beli, pastikan kau maulah. Jangan tawar barang tu kalau kau tidak mau beli.
Jangan terlampau lah.
Ya.
If you see a beautiful sarong, you want to get it as cheap as possible. Always make sure that it's still in a respectful way that you do it, that you don't go too low. Number 9 is don't use your left hand for giving or accepting things.
Yeah.
Throughout the
Ya, kenapa?
society,
Di sini pun bang, di sini pun kalau macam kiri dia macam,
Ya, Malaysia sama.
ya dia macam disrespectful. So
Yeah.
you need to always give it on your right hand.
Tapi kalau di Manila, tidak kisah kau pakai kaki, kau pakai tangan. Yang penting kau bagi dengan nada lembut. Jangan yang, wah, ambil. Nah, dia kiri ataupun kanan, doesn't matter.
But it's respectful.
Ya, yalah kalau di sini. Tapi di sana ada yang orang kidal pakai kiri. Jadi orang ataupun kadang-kadang ada pidang sebelah, dan begitu. Jadi Manila tu tidak kisah. Kau pakai kiri ke atau kanan, it's up to you. Yang penting nada dengan senyuman, nada kecil, okay.
the left hand is used for toilet use, and it's therefore considered unclean. And in Indonesia, it is rude and very offensive to hand someone something with your left hand, especially
Ada persamaan Malaysia, Indonesia.
if it's like food or drinks, or shake hands with your left hand. So keep this in mind, because I made this mistake in my first 8 months of living in Bali. I had no idea. I just figured this out a few weeks ago.
Nasib baik kita tengok, mana tahu kita melanjut sana pun. Tapi kalau macam saya dari sini Sabah pergi sana, memang sudah biasa, tidak mau pakai kiri.
Ya.
Jadi
biasanya.
ya tidak dangerous lah. Tapi kalau yang lain Filipino pergi sana, habislah.
Oh, you're so very disrespectful, huh?
You're so rude.
So make sure that you don't do this. Then we have number 10, which is don't just eat Western food. This is for me super important, because a lot of people around me are just eating Western food, and I know it's super tempting. If you live in Chengdu or in Ubud, there are so many cool Western restaurants.
Oh,
with
Tialaw, kalau kau datang di satu tempat begitu, bukan do not eat, tapi kalau boleh kau try lah makanan dia orang supaya kau tidak rugi. Datang, itu terpulanglah kepada orang, mau kah enggak. Kalau saya lah,
Ya, betul.
statement itu macam
Tapi kalau
kurang
biasanya
tepat lah.
kalau selalu saya di Filipina, saya selalu makan benda yang sama ya, macam KFC gitu.
Ya, mana-mana yang kau suka lah. Tiada yang orang mau halang berangkali lah. Kalau di Bali pun mungkin orang Bali bukan mau halang kau makan kalau apa yang saya tidak percaya dia orang akan marah atau menghalang. Tidak, memang dia orang itu saya tahu peramah juga. Jadi kau boleh makan apa yang kau boleh
eat
makan.
everything.
Ya.
Vegan food or with Italian food, whatever you can call it, but it is so nice to try the Indonesian local dishes and you support also the local people with this, and it's so nice. This is the food that you need to try in order to have your Bali Indonesia.
Di bagian ini ngam lah. Kau merugikan kalau kau tidak makan dirang punya makanan. Sebab sekali-sekali saja kau beli makan itu. Kalau kau berada di sana, tapi kalau kau pergi lain tempat mungkin kau dapat makan yang benda yang sama tapi tidak sama masakannya. Original tetap original.
Another thing you really shouldn't do is come to Bali just for 1 week. This doesn't make sense at all because this island is so diverse and so beautiful. There is a lot of things to see. The whole island is very different. If you go to West Bali and East Bali or North and South Bali,
Oh
it's
ya,
such a
betul juga lah. Kalau kau pergi di Indonesia, kalau sudah kau tahu Indonesia luas begitu, kenapa kau mau pergi 1 minggu saja? Pastikan kau ada 1 bulan, 2 minggu. Baru kau boleh banyak tempat pergi. 1 minggu pendek sangat tuh. Ya, jadi tidak berbaloi kalau melancong 1 minggu. Paling tidak pun 15 hari. Begitu. Kalau budget alang-alang bagus kumpul dulu lah sampai cukup.
Yeah.
huge difference, and 1 week is simply not enough, so make sure you have at least 10 or 14 days because you will need it. If you are traveling around Bali, don't ignore the Balinese culture. This is very tempting to do because lots of people only go to see beautiful nature, to go to waterfalls or to eat in the most beautiful cafes, but Bali has such a rich culture and it's amazing. I visited the Pamuktuan village and this was one of the most authentic experiences I had, and it makes you understand Bali as an island and the Balinese culture so much more, so your Bali trip will be way more special if you include a little bit of Bali cultural. Do not enter temples with your shoes on. It is a custom to not wear shoes when inside, so remember to leave your shoes outside. This is just
their way.
Common sense lah, sebab itu rumah Tuhan. Jadi sendiri, kalau kami Pilipino, sendiri punya rumah, kau masuk pun take off your shoes ataupun slipper. Tidak boleh pakai itu slipper dari luar pergi dalam. Kalau ada slipper untuk dalam rumah boleh gunakan. Tapi kebanyakan kami kalau Pilipino ataupun sini di Sabah, kebanyakan saya tengok dalam rumah memang pakai kaki ayam. Ya, selipar untuk keluar saja. Jadi kalau mungkin orang putih, minta maaf banyak-banyak, mungkin kalau orang putih biasa kan yang pakai kasut terus direct masuk. Saya nampak di movie-movie, ya, saya nampak ada kawan juga sih. 2-3 ekor 2-3 orang. Saya nampak juga di Manila kawan saya begitu, dia memang direct saja, biarpun datang di rumah saya kan dia tembus saja itu, dia tidak buka silibat. Jadi kami pun kita tunggu saja sebab kawan kan, jadi kami tidak tegur. Jadi sekarang ada video-video begini bagus, jadi kita tahu itu menyakitkan hati orang-orang di sana. Apalagi kan itu rumah Tuhan, jangan pakai selipar.
Simply paying your respect, and it's an easy thing to do, so make sure you just do this. And then last but not least is don't leave your bag out when you are driving home at night. This is simply super dangerous. I've heard stories that this happened many times. It's easy for thieves to just grab your bag and to drive past you. So make sure you put it under your seat where it's safe, no one can get it, and this is what will prevent you from being robbed. So these were my 15 things.
Okay. Betul juga lah. Sebab di Manila pun sama juga. Kalau kau melancong pun, kau jangan simpan itu sembarangan kau punya bag di belakang. Nanti orang sempit-sempit begitu hilang dah. Wallet hilang sudah. Ya, sebab kita tidak tahu sudah bercampur-campur orang. Ya, jangan letak barang berharga, apalagi bag di belakang. Kalau orang tarik, kau memang jatuh. Jadi kalau boleh jalan tangan kosong, bag kecil di pinggang. Gitu kan. Dia punya konten memang banyak dia jalan-jalan di Indonesia. Dan
Semua Indonesia.
ya, siapa lah tahu. Leto bela akan datang di Indonesia. Siapa tahu. Ya, kalau rezeki ada. Kita mau juga. Terima kasih banyak-banyak. God bless all. Ada kami semua. Stay safe. Mabuhay po, mabuhay. Bye-bye.